The 47th G7 summit is intended to be held the 11th to the 13th of June 2021 in the United Kingdom while it holds the presidency of the G7. The attendees will include the leaders of the 7 G7 member states as well as representatives of the European Union. The President of the European Commission has been a permanently welcome participant at all meetings and decision-making since 1981. While the current President of the European Council has been the EU's co-representative since the 36th G8 summit, hosted by Canada in 2010. Attendees are expected to include leaders of the G7 member states plus representatives of the European Union. The President of the European Commission has been a permanent participant at all meetings since 1981. The President of the European Council has been the EU's co-representative since the 36th G8 summit, hosted by Canada in 2010. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson, has invited leaders from India, South Korea and Australia. Australia has welcomed the official invitation and it has been suggested that Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison may discuss Facebook and digital content regulation, as he had done at the 2019 G7 meeting and G20 summit. South Korean President Moon Jae-in accepted the invitation and extended an invitation to Johnson to attend the Partnering for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030 in May 2021, which Johnson accepted. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also accepted the invitation. It has been suggested that Boris Johnson is attempting to expand the G7 group, a meeting forum for the world's leading economies, to create the D10, a forum for the world's 10 leading democracies. The 47th G7 summit will be the first summit for Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, US President Joe Biden and Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi. It is likely to be the last summit attended by German Chancellor Angela Merkel as she is not seeking re-election in the German federal election currently due to be held in September 2021. In March 2014, the G7 declared that a meaningful discussion was currently not possible with Russia in the context of the G8. Since then, meetings have continued within the G7 process. Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron were reported to agree that Russia should be invited to the G7 summit in 2020, but Britain and Canada threatened to veto such a proposal if the US and France went ahead. The 2020 summit was ultimately cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Canada Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister France Emmanuel Macron, President Germany Angela Merkel, Chancellor Italy Mario Draghi, Prime Minister, Chairman of G20 Japan Yoshihide Suga, Prime Minister United Kingdom Boris Johnson, Prime Minister United States Joe Biden, President European Union Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission European Union Charles Michel, President of the European Council Australia Scott Morrison, Prime Minister India Narendra Modi, Prime Minister South Korea Moon Jae-in. President expected topics of discussion include developing a response to the COVID-19 pandemic and climate change. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has pledged to call for the G7 to work on a global approach to pandemics to ensure an equal global distribution of COVID-19 vaccines and to prevent future pandemics. He has proposed a 5-point plan to prevent future pandemics, which includes a worldwide network of zoonotic research hubs, developing global manufacturing capacity for treatments and vaccines, the design of a global early warning system, the agreement of global protocols for a future health emergency and the reduction of trade barriers. Johnson is also expected to focus on climate change, a top priority for the United Kingdom ahead of the COP26 conference it is due to host in November 2021. UK Secretary for Business Kwasi Kwarteng has indicated that Johnson will be seeking coordinate action on carbon border taxes, green finance, the phase-out of coal and helping poorer countries to set up climate change. While the taxes have been backed by the EU and US, EU Climate Ambassador Mark Van Weekelen indicated that Australia may oppose the measures. Another expected topic of discussion is international coordination on economic policies. United States Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen has signaled a revival in American multilateralism, focusing on the need for continued economic support. Other finance ministers, including Italian Economy Minister Daniele Franco, French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire and UK Chancellor Rishi Sunak have similarly called for Close economic coordination on recovery plans and economic policies. Negotiations over reforming the corporate taxation of multinationals is also expected, with the United States agreeing to a deadline of the summer to make progress on the issue after threatening to impose tariffs on European countries in retaliation for their new digital sales tax. The United States is also reviewing a plan for the IMF to allocate up to £500 billion in special drawing R.